Oops.
Oops.
Let's see, where's it? I did some work.
If anyone knows anyone who is looking for a laptop with a decent bit of RAM, let me know. I have to sell one.
Hmm.
Fun.
It was time to shrink the size of my laptop so I could, put it on my lap or bring it somewhere.
Oh, you're actually selling the beast?
Yeah, the Republic of Gamers Asus monstrosity with a freaking jet engine backing. Yeah,
Wow.
The thing that I'm pretty sure could take a bullet.
pretty much, yes.
Does Bessie sound robotic to anyone else?
Yeah, I still have Diablo running this way.
Ah, gotcha.
I'm just finishing up the last bounty, and then I'll be up and out.
The
I'll
last
probably-
what?
Bounty.
I'll probably be muting a bunch tonight. I am very coughing. Coffee.
That's fine.
Coughful.
Coffle?
I feel coughful.
Coffle.
It's not really a pun, I'm sorry.
I like it. No, I'm all about joining words to make new words. Where the hell? Oh, thank God. Okay. I had done some additional work, and I couldn't find it. And it's definitely not work that I could reproduce in the next 5 minutes. But then I found it.
Do I sound better at all?
There
Much.
you go.
Okay. I open up all my crap now.
Eh,
You don't need that stuff. What the shit?
it's not like you're gonna live after the session anyway. I mean, what?
You're funny.
Are you getting so frustrated with not playing each week, you're just going to kill us all?
Didn't you already do that once?
Wah, wah.
What else do I need?
You have dice?
Oh yeah, I need that. I just burped. Tastes like popcorn.
Oh, gross.
To you, maybe.
Yes.
I thought it was delicious.
Hmm.
It was also chocolate-covered popcorn, so...
Ew.
You don't like chocolate-covered popcorn?
No, I don't.
How? How are we friends?
I like caramel covered popcorn.
That shit's good, too. Yeah, Kelly made white chocolate and like semi-sweet chocolate covered popcorn.
Interesting.
Actually came out pretty good.
I'm intrigued.
Oh yeah. I'm reading over my notes from the last session.
Okay, we did stuff.
We did a lot of stuff apparently.
Oh,
That was the dragon?
Yep.
The gold dragon?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, I am down to, I think it was 3 strength. So that's good. It was either 2 or 3. I'll go 2. Basically, I can barely stand.
Well, to be fair, Marmalek's not too far away from that anyway.
No, he was not.
Don't you have like a 5 strength already or something like that?
6. Thanks
6.
to, an extra 200 and something years of aging.
Right. You got that mental boost though.
Yes. 3 hits and he's done.
You're like a teenager smoking pot.
Oh.
Oh, speaking of, I had a girl earlier tonight try to convince me that she wasn't parked in a handicap spot, she was standing, and tried to argue with me that if that actually made a difference. I was like, all right, listen. She's like, why are you being so difficult about this? I'm like,
Why are you?
I'm not the one being difficult. You can either move or I'll just call the police, and they can give you a $500 ticket and then search your car because of all that weed smell that I have coming out the window. She moved for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, go figure.
The funny thing is, she asked me for assistance with something.
Mm.
Like, rolled down the window. I was like, excuse me. I'm like, oh, you're dumb. Okay.
Mm. Did you ever hear about the kid a few years back who contested a ticket for driving under the influence? And his argument was that he wasn't drunk, he was high.
Wow.
Jesus. Yeah. He does know he knows what under the influence means, right?
Apparently not.
That's why it's no longer called driving while intoxicated.
Right. Oh, there's actually a huge battle in the court system going on right now in Colorado. That there are people who are being arrested for driving under the influence for pot, but then juries are finding them not guilty.
Like, alcohol is legal, and I can still get pulled over for drunk driving.
Mm-hmm. No, so what people are trying to say is that the testing method for pot isn't entirely accurate, and B, that pot doesn't inhibit your senses enough that you are that it affects your driving.
I'm gonna call bullshit.
Yeah, me too. Like,
Either the jurors are super potheads or
Right.
have never smoked pot ever.
right.
Because I don't smoke pot, I never have, but I totally know a number of people that do.
Mm-hmm. I have talked to several people while on it, and
Yeah. Yeah, that's just weird.
mhm.
Oh, man. Oh, hey. I'm actually only at 11 strength, down to 11 strength, so that's not too bad.
All right.
What am I down to? I'm down to 10, so not bad.
There you go.
Maybe you can ask Paylor to heal it for you.
I actually don't have that spell yet.
Wait,
We
you
could
don't,
once I attune myself more to the power of the light.
but you don't have that spell yet?
It's a restoration spell now.
Oh, Paylor never taught you that.
All right, listen.
Maybe
we're not
you can
even
pull it.
playing.
Maybe he
Kill
can
the
pull
spell.
an Obi-Wan Kenobi and teach you that way.
Not even a game.
I'm just getting into character, all right?
Oh God, you're lucky I don't friggin' hold grudges about real life shit in game. It's like, oh Leo, look at that, your innards are spilling out everywhere. Wish there was some way to heal you.
Still have 60 hit points. I'm good.
That's it?
out of 70. So I'm doing pretty good,
Wow, not bad.
right? I did 10 damage that whole freaking dragon fight.
What am
I was the smart one.
Actually, I think Galen was the smart one. He's the one that got the dragon to stop.
I did.
Ooh.
All right, I'll give you that one.
All right, I'm going to try broadcasting again on YouTube, and I swear to God, if this fucking Christian the Sonic Bro is the only viewer again, I am never broadcasting again.
No, dude. We haven't done that in months. If he is there, I give him props. Like that's dedication.
All right, I'll give you that one.
I wonder if he sits there like every Thursday night. They're gonna play. They're gonna play. They're gonna play. Shut up, Mom.
Where are my hot pockets?
I
Wait,
think
you're
that
not
would...
actually broadcasting yet, right?
No, God,
Yeah, we
no.
are.
Oh, we
I am.
are.
Oh, okay. Well, not to where he would see it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nice hat.
Whatever. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta let the group know for tomorrow. We can't play.
Why
Oh, wow,
not?
what's going on?
Apparently, one of Kelly's cousins, who she has literally never met, and nobody that lives in Massachusetts has ever met, is flying up, and like everybody's getting to meet him tomorrow night.
Oh,
And he's flying in. He flew in today, and he's leaving on Saturday.
the fuck? What kind of visit is that?
He's literally coming up for like a day and a half. It's the son of one of Kelly's uncles that nobody talks to.
Huh.
Because
Yeah,
he,
fuck 'em.
he stole her grandfather's identity. He stole his own father's identity years ago. And then he moved to Texas and he had children, and so nobody from this area has ever met him. Or like any of that person's kids. So
Mhm.
so we're meeting him for the first time tomorrow night. So I gotta let everybody know. So at least Gabby won't have to miss part of a session.
There you go.
I had a cool idea for her not to be there too. Bitches.
I thought that was cool. I'm the only one that'll ever know.
Nah, it's totally still gonna happen. It's just she's gonna have to sit there and not play for a while now.
Alright, everybody have all their shit open.
Yeah. About to start streaming.
Alright, well, once you're done going to the bathroom, let me know.
Oh.
Al, your profile picture makes me miss your epic mustache.
Trust me, it makes me miss it as well.
All right, and the stream is starting.
Okay. Wow, you pee really quietly.
Right?
It's because I'm
Wow.
going against the side. I'm muffling it on purpose.
Nice. There you go.
I'm still loud when I do that. You guys have heard me eat ice cream. I'm fucking loud to everything.
Well, that's because you have an ultra wide urethra. Comes out like a
Whatever.
garden hose.
It's all the docking.
At that point, you're going way past docking.
Oh. What would be the next step in docking?
Basically, just penetration.
Oh, we need a Urban Dictionary for that now.
One has to exist already.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm afraid to Google it.
Oh, I'm gonna.
For all our sake, I really hope that an automatic Google image pops up.
You're gonna roll. I feel lucky.
I actually forget that that's an option anymore because I just use the search bar on the top.
Right.
It's actually just called urethral intercourse.
Lame.
Wow, that's boring.
We'll come up with something. Give me and Kelly 30 seconds. If we can come up with French onion dip and candle wicking on an afternoon of work, we can totally come up with something for that.
9-volt, because it's like docking, but like bigger. Instead of like a AA battery, it's like a 9-volt. Because I figure if you're going to stretch it that much, you're just going to stretch like two sides. So it's like the rectangular of a 9-volt.
What shape
Hey.
is your penis?
Hey, look, Rock the Golem is live streaming.
Indeed.
I'm sorry, what was that about my penis?
Actually, I may have found something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Don't ask me why I've continued to search, but I continue to
I
search.
don't. Okay.
We don't ask why. I don't drink Bud Dry.
Wow. Anywho, this is the definition for sounding. It's the practice of inserting plastic or metal, what they call sounds, which are long, thin, and very smooth objects, into your or someone else's urethra, ultimately leading to the stretching of the urethra so that larger objects, such as a finger, can be inserted into the penis.
Oh, there we go.
So it's actually called sounding.
Sounding.
Yeah, but what if you get it? What if you want to get it big enough so that another penis will get in there?
Right.
It says larger objects, so
Yeah.
there you
So,
go.
but that's the act of stretching it. So.
That's
So you're
horrifying.
So you're
It
actually
is.
looking for a definition for the act of penetrating a urethra with another penis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus.
I thought we were specific. Okay, I feel really bad for the people that are just joining in now.
You know what, though? This is the type of stupidity that people actually watch for.
Oh, wait a minute. What did Al find? Oh,
really-
oh.
I'm not clicking on it.
That's actually fairly accurate.
It's a giant leech swallowing a giant worm.
Oh, there we go.
And now I have
wow.
another idea for an encounter.
Oh, God.
Why aren't we playing tomorrow night?
Because
Damn
the
it.
random cousin who you didn't really know
Right.
existed is showing up.
Yeah. And I guess it's because Kelly's mom, like, he friended her on Facebook and was like, hey, Auntie Karen, I've never met you before and I want to. And he
Lame.
looks identical to one of Kelly's cousins that lives up here.
Hmm.
Like, it's creepy. People are looking at pictures and they're like, wow, that's holy shit. Looks like
They're getting
exactly like
catfished.
Kelly. Oh,
Can we call it slugging?
Slug.
Slugging.
I like it.
Because it's disgusting. The picture I found of a slug eating a worm,
Hmm.
it's gross.
I don't know. What about the picture of from a while back of the alligator that ate the anaconda? Or was it vice versa? No, it was the anaconda that ate an alligator.
I thought that was found to be a doctored photo or whatever. Oh my god.
What?
Oh, you'll see.
Oh, I won't.
Oh, you will. If I can get the frickin' thing to load. Oh, there we go. Merry Christmas.
The lamprey.
Sexy. All right. Well, now that we've done that to our minds,
There's apparently a penis plug.
Uh,
I don't even want to know. Why would you ever want to plug the end of it?
Ow.
So many important things come out.
Oh Jesus! I've gone too deep.
I
Oh,
have
man.
totally gone too deep.
Alan
God.
Bessie, you're down the hole.
No. There's a video of a dude.
Oh
with,
no.
Is it on heavyr.com?
Yes, it is.
Yes!
Penis inside. Jesus Christ!
We are on the same freaking page. I haven't hit play yet because I don't want to.
It looks like
Al did it for you.
no. You know those tubes that go in on themselves and they like slip out of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love those things.
It's like one of those, but stuffing a hot dog in it.
Oh. Oh.
Jesus Christ!
Well, guys, this was a fun evening, but I'm going to call it a night here.
All right, I'm gonna.
Oh no, John has been suspiciously quiet for the last 5 minutes.
I'm horrified to be associated with everything that's going on.
I have questioned inviting all of you into the broadcast network.
And my life.
I've made some decisions along the way, and I regret them all. Good night, gentlemen.
All right, well, you guys find a palate cleanser. I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm gonna despite my loud mouth, this baby fell asleep again on my shoulder. So I'm gonna throw her down. You guys refresh your minds and your souls.
This doesn't even look real. I finally worked up the courage to watch the video. It doesn't even look real.
Bessie can't.
I call
away.
bullshit. It's fake.
You know what? Just in the off chance that I'm going to get more views, I'm naming this episode "Dungeons and Dragons: Urethral Sex."
All right, where's our eye bleach? What I need right now.
Oh God.
And Redford totally just woke up Kelly by jumping on her and licking her in the face. She's not happy. Anybody needs it? Here you go. Make sure you click on the very bottom.
Is this the cleanser or?
This is the cleanser.
Oh.
You're welcome. Oh, I wanted a goat. I totally do. I want to get a goat. I want to get a baby goat, just so when my mother-in-law and my mother go, so when are you gonna get us? When are you gonna have a kid? I already have one.
Nice.
I got one at home. Come on now. How cute is this? He shall be named Bjorn. Kelly's already decided.
He's usually named Bjorn.
Yeah.
You just have to ignore the evil eyes.
Psh. Whatever.
Oh God, more links.
Oh no, those are good links.
I don't trust you. There we go.
That hurts my feelings. Maybe you wouldn't trust me.
However, it is well founded.
Whatever. Jealous.
Aw, baby goats.
See?
That's nice.
Booyah.
Here we go. Now I'm in the right frame of mind for murder.
See, I wanted to
Baby
name the
goats?
goat Trunk. Kelly ixnayed that. Quick.
Trunk? Why?
Trunk. Do you remember the King Arthur and the Knights of Justice cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Sir Trunk, his
Oh,
his animal was
Was the
actually a
ram.
giant ram,
Yeah.
yeah.
but goats and rams are close enough. So I
Fair.
wanted to name him Trunk. My pet ram in Terra for my Lancer was actually named Trunk because of that.
Nice.
I'm actually amazed that Kelly doesn't want to name it Totes.
That was brought up as well, but then because of Vikings, she's like, "No, we gotta name it Bjorn."
Like Baby Bjorn?
Like Ragnar's son, Bjorn.
Mm. Isn't he based off Bjorn the Legless?
No, Ivar the Legless.
Ivar the Legless, that's it, yes.
Oh, Ivar the Boneless. I just got corrected as that from
Oh.
half
He has
asleep
many.
Kelly.
I believe Legless might be one of them. He has many nicknames.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
yeah.
Now Bjorn was a badass.
Which one's Bjorn?
Bjorn is his oldest.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, no comments from the peanut gallery. Oh, they go back to sleep. Oh man. All right.
Yes. All right, let's do this. So last time you guys, let's see, you had made it north to the mountains, and
So where were we?
Hmm?
Where were we then?
What do you mean?
Were we in the mountains?
In the mountains. Worst thing that WoW ever did to me. other than stealing, months of my life in total. Total. I think my total played for that game was like 14 days or something like that.
That's less than months.
It is. It is. I give them less credit than I deserve. So anyway, so you guys went up north and made it through the mountain pass and found the castle, the outpost of Thistleback. You talked to the commander, Rip Nugget, whom I believe you guys had met before. You spoke with him, and you found that there is a pass through the mountains, and you guys went ahead and journeyed that way. However, midway through the mountain pass, you did reach a slight detour of sorts. After running into the orc village, making your way stealthily around that using the cover of night and mount in the little hills and everything. But something drew Dorian off track. And you decide to follow Dorian's instincts, and his instincts led you to a giant gold dragon statue with a man holding a giant hammer below it, surrounded by a small pool. And upon approaching said statues and pool, the dragon statue burst to life. He muttered some utterances at you and warnings, of which you did not heed, and battle commenced of sorts, of him defending his territory. Some of you managed to get close, however, Galen got the closest, actually perching himself atop the dragon, and when he did so, the dragon congratulated you for proving yourself strong enough to rest within his circle, quote unquote. And at that point, the gold flakes began to drip off of the dragon, and it slowly settled back to stone. So at this point, you guys are fresh from battle. Galen perched atop a stone dragon, and I believe actually Leo was just outside the ring of the pool as well, with Marmalek fairly far behind. You had taken up more of a ranged perch, and Dorian also was attempting to make the charge forward.
Sounds about right.
So basically, picking up right off, the dragon's voice sighs and echoes against the cavern walls. With the remember too, there's the statues carved within huge statues carved within the walls of this small cavern. So the dragon yells out, or kind of echoes out to you. You have proven yourself strong enough to rest within my circle, as everything slumps back down. So go ahead. What you got?
Are Leo and I actually in the circle, or are we just near it?
No, you guys were just outside of the small wall. It's not a wall. It's like a retaining wall for this small pool.
I'm going to step into the circle then,
Okay.
into the little pool.
All right. And you find that it's this very cool and crystal clear water. And the pool itself is only maybe 1.5 feet deep.
Galen stands up, kind of on the back of the neck.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "It's all right." He puts his hands out. "I got it. I took care of it. Everything is fine."
Well done. That
Thank you.
that was not going well, it seems.
It was horrible, and I feel a little woozy.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you.
While they're talking, I'm going to bend down. I'm actually going to drink from the little pool.
Okay. As soon as you do, you actually feel a tingling throughout your entire body. And you know how you felt weak from the wave upon wave of attack that the dragon had bestowed upon you.
Yep.
And you felt almost wilted slightly. And with that single drink, you almost feel a resurgence of strength. And mechanical side note, all of your strength is returned, as well as any hit points that you had lost.
Nice. I'm going to kind of say out loud, if anybody, I know a couple of you got hit with that same thing that I did, made me feel weak. Come drink from this. It helps a lot.
Dorian's going to give like a little shrug, and then he'll give it a shot, see what happens.
All right. And it's the same. You feel a warm tingle, even though, like I said, this water is on the chilled side. And yet there is a warm tingle that emanates throughout your entire body as you feel all of your essence return back.
Huh. Dorian's actually going to dump out his water skin outside of the pool.
Okay.
And fill it with water from this little pool.
All right.
Galen will drop down from the dragon and do the same thing. He'll take a drink. When he sees Dorian empty out his water, he's like, that's a pretty good idea.
Well, there's nothing to say it will work outside of this area, but and on the off chance that we might need it, it couldn't hurt to take some with us.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's a great idea.
I hate to admit it, but I'm going to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
You might be onto something.
Well, yeah, worst case scenario, if it turns out to be just regular water, we'll have fresh water for our skins, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And Marm's actually kind of still probably about well, wherever he was, like 20, 25 feet back, leaning on his staff, going, guys, could you can see that he's really being weighed down by the satchel that he has that has like 3 books in it. He's just kind of like slumped over. The only thing that's holding him up is his staff right now.
Hey, Mom, you should come drink from this.
Ooh, actually, this might be the perfect test. Rather than having him drink directly from the pool, why not try from the skins?
Because it's... Okay.
So I'm going to go over and grab Marmalek's skin from him if he'll give it to me.
Yeah, please. I'm just gonna sit down over here.
All right, I'll be right back. Sit tight. We'll take care of you no matter what. So I'll take his skin, bring it over to the pool, dump it out outside of the pool, fill it with the water from the pool, bring it over to Marmalek. Here, try this. See what happens.
And drinks.
All right, and same thing. You feel the warm tingle, and what little strength you did have does return back to you.
Wow. I feel spry. I feel like I'm 200 again. This is great.
200 again. I'm going to shrug at that, but I'm going to turn over my shoulder to the other two and be like, it works.
And so I shamble over and refill what I drank. So that was interesting.
Yeah. So, where to now?
Well, we literally just ended out of character real quick. We literally just ended the last game by like the fight ending, right?
Yes.
So where's that statue with the hammer?
So that statue, the one which is the figure clad in armor holding the hammer in front of him, is sitting literally underneath the dragons, basically towards the back of the pool. Not that the pool is ultra huge or anything, but probably at this point, Dorian, or rather, because he went over to Marmalek, but anybody in the pool is probably only maybe 10 feet or so away from it.
All right. I'm going to walk over to it and get like a really close-up look at it.
All right. So when you walk up to it, the statue itself is stone, basically the same stone that the dragon is made out of. And you do see that there is exquisite detail in the statue itself. Let's see here. Where is... yeah, all right. So you actually do see that he is more of a... you can actually see the race and everything of the statue now, and it is something that not necessarily Dorian is familiar with, but his memories of Agnem. Actually, it's kind of in between, but you can tell that he is a Leonel.
Okay.
And he is clad in what looks to be very exquisite metallic armor, like a breastplate and gauntlets and everything like that. No helmet though. The one thing that you do realize though, being up this close now, is that the hammer is not made of the same stone. In fact, it isn't even stone at all.
Aha.
You see that the handle is made of a red oak. There is a bronze pommel that sits atop of the handle, and the head of the hammer itself is made of a almost whitish silver metal. You can tell that it isn't silver. That would just be silly to make a hammer out of silver.
Of course.
But that's the sheen, the color that it gives off. You can also see that 3 sides of the head of the hammer are inlaid with small bronze figures. It actually looks like they are in various stages of crafting. So you actually see that there's the forge in one point, and then the hammering out of metal on a slab in the next, and then the next part is actually more fine work with smaller hammers.
No symbols or insignias that I might recognize.
Nope.
All right. Is the statue like gripping it, or is it just kind of like sitting in the hands of the statue?
What do you mean? What's the difference?
Well, like gripping it, I imagine like hands are clenched around the handle, but like sitting on it, I imagine like they're almost resting on top of it, like helping it balance.
I gotcha. Nope. So they are clasped around the handle, but there is some slight room between them.
Okay.
So it's not like it's a part of the hammer, or it's incredibly tight along it.
Mm-hmm.
But they are around it.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can remove it from the statue.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check. Well, exactly how are you trying to remove it? Are you going to actually attempt to like carefully do it, or are you just breaking the statue?
No, like this is like a finely crafted statue. I actually have an appreciation for the artwork of it.
Mm-hmm.
And plus on top of it, it's just respectful to whoever it is that this is fashioned after. So I want to try to like keep it intact.
I see. In that case, there's going to be little if no working room. Unfortunately, the head of the hammer is sitting on the ground at the figure's feet. So there's really no way to move it down.
Okay.
And then obviously moving it up, the head of the hammer would just hit the hands.
Huh. Okay. Well, I just want to like kind of genteelly like futz with it a little bit to see like how it moves, like if it is really like snugly fit in there. Like would I have to damage the statue or?
Yeah, in order to remove the hammer, you would just through force, through no other means, you would have to break the statue.
Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the handle of the hammer, and with one hand, and then use my other hand and touch the hands of the statue, and cast Shape Stone to move them apart away from the hammer, but try to like maintain the form of the statue.
Go ahead and give me. What are you, wisdom based?
I am indeed.
All right, go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
All right, one sec. All right, not bad. And 21.
Nice. Yes. So your concentration prevails, and you are able to almost open the fingers of the statue and kind of move the hands apart slowly, enough that you will be able to remove the handle.
Nice. All right. So I got this thing.
Yes. So this is a warhammer. And as soon as you hold it, you feel that it is sublimely weighted. You can tell that not just by the exterior, by the detail that was put into it, but that the crafting itself of this was magnificently done. The weight and distribution and just the overall feel of it is almost otherworldly. And now you are holding at this point a +1 Warhammer.
Nice. Gotta check something real quick. Okay. Yeah, I'll grab the stats and everything for it later. I was looking to see if I can check to see if it was magical or not, but I don't have that spell. At least not prepared.
There you go.
All right. I was kind of hoping that this was maybe. I'm saying this out loud to everyone as I'm holding this hammer. I was kind of hoping that maybe this would be the key that Moradin left behind. If I remember correctly from my days in my first life, a warhammer was actually a favored weapon of the paladins of Moradin.
Well, it could be. There's really no way to tell.
True. Well, the light wouldn't have led us here for no reason. So I guess the only way we'll find out is if we ever get it back to the sphere assuming this is the key to it. I guess that's the only way we'll be able to tell.
Well, does anything? So if let's check the other statues. Maybe there's other keys here. Do you think, or did we only need the one?
I mean, it definitely couldn't hurt to look around.
All right. Well, so I'll go up to the elf with the bow, the statue of the elf, and I'll just start poking around. Like I'll tug at the bow a little bit, and kind of feel around, and see if anything seems loose or.
All right. Well, I'll remember the only because it has been a little bit. The other 4 statues are more reliefs than actual 3D statues.
Oh, okay.
Plus, they are each, I believe I said, at least 50 or so feet tall.
Oh, okay.
So, whereas this figure in the middle of the pool is regular size, it looks to be a 1-to-1 scale. These ones are huge, completely blown out of proportion.
Okay. All right, so I guess that doesn't happen then. Where he says it, then looks at the statue and goes, maybe these ones are probably just part of the cavern.
Yeah. Oh, actually, real quick, my description was slightly off. It isn't a Leonel, it's actually an astral deva.
Oh.
Basically, almost an angel.
Oh, yeah, so I definitely had reverence for this statue then.
Yes.
Just because I forget, when Galen kind of defeated the dragon, did it turn back to stone completely?
Yes, that was in my description.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Alright, well now that he's gone.
So Dorian, do you remember how to get back to that statue? Didn't we jump from one plane to another?
Oh, you mean like how to get back to the spheres, or?
Yeah.
Didn't this is back out of character again. Didn't we come through that same mercurial pool where Dorian and Leo first met?
Yeah.
So,
we came out of like the lake.
So that's the only entryway we know of that like definitively has moved us between the planes. So we would more than likely have to go back that way.
We also don't know if it works both ways.
True, because we never stood around to test it.
Yep.
There's
one way we know to get there.
Yeah, but unfortunately, nothing of our stuff comes with us.
True.
And we're like a plane and a half away at that point anyway.
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, it took us a lot to get to where we actually needed to go. Alright, so, I'm just kind of glancing over my notes right now. So, does that mean we have the key that I have, that we actually already opened a gate?
Yeah, that was what Incobulus's one, right?
That was, I don't know. It's the Dagger of Istis. I don't know which gate. I forget which gate it opened.
Oh well, okay. Istis was originally the Fortune's thimble.
Yep.
So okay, so we got that one. We're assuming.
Yeah.
We believe we have the Sunstone of Pelor.
Yep. And now we possibly have Mordins. Do we have any others?
We have the Moonflower clasp.
That's right.
So literally, we're just looking for the Protector's Eye at this point.
All right. So.
Do we have any idea what that might be? It's been so long.
What I have written down is from Cabulos came the Protector's Eye, a hideous stone that could siphon the life force from a victim to the possessor.
All right. So.
We also haven't looked at that poem in a while either.
I'm actually looking at it right now. All right, so we got the first two. So this hammer actually might be the third stanza.
Mistborn of the Quatrain Matron?
Yeah, the Quinted Matron is. It's a golden dragon, so it would be the Mistborn of the Quinted Matron.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I mean, it could, one sits within a silvery sun. You could say that the statue could be a silvery sun because it's kind of like a shiny stone that was holding it. I don't know.
That's a stretch, but...
Yeah, no, I know.
Especially since it was a gold dragon.
No, I'm talking about the actual statue of the angel type thing that was holding the hammer.
Ah, I see.
It was sitting within the grasp of it.
It was.
Well, okay, so we got 4 stanzas to work with, but there are 5 keys. I'm pretty sure... Can we eliminate the Moonflower clasp from that one?
What?
Like, of the stanzas, like, what would apply to which?
I'm thinking the Pelor's stone is the first one.
Okay.
The second stanza is the Moonflower clasp, I think.
I'll spot the Moongleam, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So, you know what? Maybe Moradin's didn't go. If this is Moradin's, it didn't have a stanza because nobody knew what the hell it was. So nobody would be able to give a clue.
Maybe. But you gotta remember, we found yours still in the other plane. So,
yeah.
Which
but
one?
Didn't we need 6 keys originally? Because there were the 5 points and then the one in the middle?
Nope, 4 points, 1 in the middle.
4 points, 1 in the middle? Okay. Alright, so... So the stanzas are about the 4 that we still need to find. So...
I'm thinking that the last one might be for the eye, because the eye mentions the fact that it absorbs the life force of others, and the last line of the last stanza says his appetite still shows no remorse. So it's almost like whatever it is would like be absorbing everything around it.
Very true. All right, so do we still want to head to Ix and Merrick then to go for the third stanza?
We may as well. I mean, the fourth one we really didn't have much to work with just yet. So if nothing else, maybe like if it's not there, then it will help point us in the right direction.
Yeah. All right.
Question: What for Dorian?
Yes.
What have you done with the hammer right now?
I'm holding on to it still.
Okay. All right. So as you guys are kind of having this conversation, I will say that Dorian, you begin to feel it's not sudden. It's a very subtle and progressive thing that you, and it's not like it's getting worse. It's just kind of that you're slowly beginning to recognize the feel that there's almost a vibration coming from the hammer.
Huh. So I'm actually gonna like hold it up like in front of me and actually start looking at it, like almost like so focused on what the hammer is doing that I'm ignoring everyone else, like visibly.
And you see that the hammer itself isn't moving at all. It's not showing that it's vibrating, but you're still feeling this rapid pulse coming from it. And now that you actually stare at it, you can see that there's a very, very faint glow off the weapon, almost as if it's emanating an extremely dull light. One that you actually have to really look at and concentrate to see.
Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna kind of like move around, like almost like twisting my body around, facing in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
Does the light or the vibration change at all?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
The vibration, not so much, but the light, yes. You see that it dulls when you are facing away from the statue, and then picks up a little bit more when you are facing it.
Now, are you talking about the dragon or the angel?
The angel.
All right, so I'm going to start walking back over toward the angel with the hammer.
Okay. And as you walk a little bit closer to it, the light does pick up slightly more.
All right. Just to humor myself, I'm going to walk past the angel and like away from it to see what the hammer does.
Okay. Let's see. So there is some slight room beyond the statue, maybe about 5 feet or so. And so you're just going to walk past the statue and keep walking?
Yeah, to see. Obviously, I imagine it will probably be like a very slight difference, if anything. But I want to see if it like dulls or gets brighter or anything like that.
It does begin to the brightness does continue to ramp up ever slightly. Go ahead and give me a charisma check.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh, not bad. Is it sunlight out?
Yes.
15.
Nice. All right. So you 4 are having this conversation, right? And what is now? I know that Leo and Dorian were kind of heavy into the discussion, and Galen was kind of chiming in every once in a while as well. What's Marmalik doing right now?
Marm's kind of just watching them talk about these things, racking his brain for, what the different things in this area would be. He's looking at the reliefs. He's looking at the statue and the dragon, and thinking, "Wow, a dragon that it's it turned back to stone. This is great. Why would that happen?" And he's really just kind of in his head to an extent, also thinking, "Wow, I thought I was weak before. I really, I don't like that."
Oh, and also to remember that Galen had said that he had kind of wandered off a little bit. This area, though, isn't so large that you still couldn't participate in the conversation. You just have to, kind of talk loudly a bit to chime in. Which I'm imagining he is not above Galen anyway.
No, not really.
So in that case, really, and so the only one that probably would have any type of reaction would probably be Leo, when Dorian almost stops talking mid-conversation and starts kind of spinning around and staring at this hammer.
Leo's actually gonna follow him, like as he's walking. Like once he notices that he's not talking,
Mm-hmm.
he'll be like, "What the hell?" And then he starts walking away. He's like,
All
all
right.
right." He's not even gonna like say anything to him. He's just gonna like follow him. Like, "The fuck are you doing?"
Nice. All right. So you start talking. You're probably a few feet behind him, and Dorian is kind of walking, and he walks past the statue holding up this hammer, and he gets probably about 4 feet or so away past the statue, almost right up to the edge of the cavern, and there's suddenly a shimmer in the air, and Dorian is gone.
So,
I'm gonna walk over to where Dorian disappeared.
Okay.
Now was he like? Did you say he was like right up against the wall?
Yeah, he was less than a foot away from the wall.
I'm gonna walk over and like put my hand on the wall where he
Okay.
disappeared.
All right.
Do I just touch stone?
You do.
Oh, that's awesome. Marm, Galen,
yo,
Dorian just kind of disappeared.
what do you mean he disappeared? Is
Wow.
he behind the statue?
Weren't
No,
you watching? What?
No,
What do you mean?
he put the hammer. He was holding the hammer, and he walked towards this wall, right where I'm touching, and then just disappeared.
Was there like a secret door? Let me see. Let me see if there's a secret door.
You know what? Go
Maybe
nuts.
he just stumbled into it. Rolled a 12. What are we using? I'm assuming there's not, but
That would be perception.
let's see. I gotta scroll down for that. Plus 10's 22.
All right. There is absolutely nothing out of the ordinary here, except for, a giant dragon statue and a statue of a deva, and the fact that Dorian disappeared into thin air.
So he kind of like, he feels around and he looks, he turns around and he's like, I don't see a door. I mean, if it was the key to the Moradin's key, maybe it transported him to wherever the sphere is. Like, why right here against the wall?
So after kind of looking at the wall for a bit, Leo's gonna look down at his ring and start praying to the Raven Queen, and he's gonna try to enter the image that he put on Dorian's equipment a while ago.
Okay.
It's got to be within 250 feet of me.
Okay. You enter darkness, almost as if you get the sense that it is not within reach of you.
Okay.
Marmalade, can you detect any magic or anything? Like, is that something that can you sense anything?
I mean, to an extent, I can kind of pick up on things, but it's not really my thing. Let me take a look, and I'm gonna not really look for magic because not really good at that. But I'll look to see if there's any signs or things that I haven't been able to pick up on, and I mean see if there's any vibe or anything. Do I see anything or notice anything?
Well, so you're literally just looking for physical signs, or?
Well, no, I'm kind of using kind of like a religion type of thing, looking, feeling. I don't know.
Unless you have some extra sensory sense, then there really would be no way to check for something like that, other than using your eyes, and in which case I'll tell you that there's same with Galen. There's really nothing around. I'm guessing that Marm would have a little bit of a leg up in checking for any religious symbols or paraphernalia or even arcane markings or anything like that. And there is no such things in existence right now.
So Galen just starts to yell out, "Dorian! Can you hear me? Dorian!" So he'll do that like for 5 or 10 minutes.
All right, and almost as if it's a movie fade, as if you hear Galen's voice fade out and the screen goes to black, and then we suddenly now have a burst of light as Dorian, you're walking with this hammer, and you walk past the statue of the Deva, and you walk a few more feet, and suddenly everything around you goes pitch black. And it lasts for a blink, practically, before you're cast back out into light. And this is a very kind of dim light, almost as if you're in daylight, but cast through the haze of clouds. And you are right now standing on a solid, star-filled sky, and directly behind you is the glow of a gigantic silver orb. And you are on top of a ramp that spirals down probably a good 50 feet or so. And you can see off in the distance the glow of another large blue orb that sits atop a column of starlight.
Now, am I basically seeing the reverse of what we saw initially when we passed through the first sphere?
No, you remember how when you first activated the sphere back on Kalandurin, and the stone mountain turned to basically a space, for lack of a better term. You're seeing that.
Oh, so I'm basically standing on like the pillar by the orb.
Yes.
So like, oh, okay. And I see another one off in the distance that has a blue tinge to it.
Yep.
I can't see any other one though, right?
No.
Okay, so I'm definitely
actually no. Well, from this distance, you should be able to. So if you see the blue one, and then you look around, you can see 3 others off in the distance. One to your left, one to your right, and if you kind of walk around, because this ramp spirals around the entire orb. So if you kind of walk around a little bit, you can see one on the opposite side of the blue one.
On the opposite side, so further away.
Yep. So basically the 4 cardinal directions. Let's say theoretically, if the blue one was to the south, then you see one to the east, west, and north as well.
Oh, so there's one in each cardinal direction then?
Yes.
Oh shit! I'm in the center pillar. All right, so from my perched area here, the sphere up like near me is all bright and shiny and silvery. You said, right?
Correct.
Is there anything like? Can I look down over the land and see if there's something around me, or?
Yeah, you can. It's remember, it is quite a few miles down.
Yes.
So anything that you're going to be seeing is going to be minute. It's going to be almost microscopic. But you can see that there is off in the far, far distance land. There's a ground.
Okay.
And you do see that you're atop a giant pillar of space, very similar to the one that you see off in the south.
Yeah. Okay, so other thing I gotta check then. So obviously we know we've unlocked. Well, I know at this point we've unlocked 2 spheres. So they were both silvery. So can I see where that other silvery sphere is, or is it too far off?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how when we first came across the sphere, it was like kind of like dull and like didn't look like it was energized.
Mm-hmm.
And then we figured out how the key worked, and it like turned out like bright and shiny.
Yep.
Can I tell where that other sphere is?
Yep, that's the. You're guessing that's the blue one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So. Cool. And I can see the other 3 spheres, but they don't seem to be glowing like these ones are. Or no?
Correct.
Okay. So. All right then. After having taken all of this in, there's no point in me being here by myself. Although, actually, can I look down? I know I'm standing on a starry staircase of space and everything, but can I see like the plateau of the mountain that I'm on to see if there's like a symbol like of a god or anything like the other one had?
Sure. So if you kind of look down, you can actually see that, in almost floating on top of the pillar. It's not floating above necessarily, but when you're looking down into space, it's sitting there. Is the symbol, and you know it well, the symbol of Moradin.
Oh, fantastic! All right then, I'm going to try to re-enter the sphere.
Okay, and holding the hammer, it's literally just walking through the sphere. And there's a ripple, and it goes pitch black for a moment, and you pop back into existence.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know exactly how long it's been, but you enter to basically Marm and Leo, mere feet away from you, only maybe a couple of feet. And you hear echoing off of the walls of the cavern, Dorian! Dorian! And for Marm and Leo, it's been maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and you're kind of looking around, and you're like, well, fuck, what are we going to do now? And suddenly there's another ripple in the air, and Dorian slides back into your reality.
So, how long was I gone for?
Well, where did you go? A couple of minutes, I guess, maybe.
You're not going to believe this. Well, actually, you probably will, and you should. I went back to one of the spheres.
I told you. See, I told you.
So this is the key of Moradin. I know because I looked at the top of the pillar and I saw his symbol beneath me. So we've unlocked 2 spheres so far, and just as a point of reference, this one was for the middle sphere.
Did you unlock it then?
Yeah, it was glowing bright and silvery, and I could see the one where we had unlocked already. It was glowing like kind of bluish, and the other ones were all around me in each one of the 4 directions.
Do you think that you could use that to take us all over there? If we have the other keys, we just pop them open, right?
Well, I'm going to turn to Leo more in particular. Like, well, you have 1 key. Galen, you still have that stone, right?
I think so. He starts like patting all his pockets and whatnot.
Well, see, I don't know if it'll work, but see if it will let you through. Like with this hammer, see if you can get through.
Okay. So he'll pull the stone out and walk over towards the wall, kind of like hold his palm up with the stone in his hand, and like walking like he's gonna pass through the wall. Like he won't even stop. He'll just go.
And the gods died.
He breaks his nose when
again.
he walks into the wall.
Yeah, basically. I was muted. So you walk with purpose, expecting that you'll ripple out of existence. And you take a few more steps, and the stone bumps up against the back of the cavern.
Oh, well, and he kind of looks back over his shoulder at Dorian. Didn't work.
All right. Well, we know we've all passed through one time, but we had already unlocked the sphere at that point. So, All right, Galen, you want to run an experiment with me?
Sure.
All right. Stand close with me, and let's see if we can go through together.
All right. Do we have to like hold hands? Shall I like climb up on your back or something?
Yeah. You know what? I've let you do it before. Why not? We may as well figure out how close we got to be, if it works at all.
Hot damn, piggyback ride.
Yeah, like,
So he will spryly run behind you and kind of like vault up onto your shoulders.
and Dorian's gonna let you do it, but he's just gonna sit there for a second, and before he even moves, he's just gonna like sigh a little bit and look at you. Please don't get used to this.
Forward, good sir.
And he's gonna start walking toward the wall again.
All right, and basically just as before, you walk and you reach a point where the air ripples and you pass out of existence. And it's the blink of an eye before you are back in Calendarin.
What about Galen?
Galen as well, riding along your back.
Okay, this is good. Now, please get off of me.
So he'll hop down and he kind of looks around and kind of gawks a little and he goes, That's freaking crazy. Like I didn't even feel anything. And like
Yeah.
poof, we're here.
Yeah, just takes a second. And see, there's that blue sphere off in that direction.
Huh?
That's the one we activated. And if you look that way, and if you come around this way and look off in the distance, you can actually see the last sphere as well.
And he'll walk over a little bit, but he's so short that he can't see anything. He's like, I don't see shit. And he's like, oh, hold on. So he like walks like another 10 feet. He's like, oh, okay, I see it over there.
But now I want to try something. See if you can go back through the sphere without me.
Just walk in this direction?
Yeah, just walk back in, see if it'll let you pass.
Okay.
And Galen starts
That's
crying.
Galen's protest.
Yeah. I don't want to go by myself.
So he'll take a couple of tentative steps back in the direction that they presumably came from.
Mm-hmm. Which, is somewhat obvious from the sphere.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
You muted yourself again.
You're muted.
I don't know why I just muted myself mid-conversation.
Good question.
Yeah. So you stick your hand out, and it is able to pierce the. Quiet, Jamie. It is able to pierce the skin of the sphere, and soon enough you enter through, and blink of an eye, back in the cavern.
Guys, you aren't going to believe it, but if you get on Dorian's back, you could go to where the spheres are.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
So
That was cool. Like you don't feel anything. Like poof. Like you're just like you're there.
Yeah, I've been there. I don't want to ride on Dorian's back.
Oh, maybe you don't have to. I mean, it's pretty cool though.
At this point, I'm going to walk back through. And poof, I'm there.
So I was telling Dorian or I was telling Leo that if he gets on your shoulders, that you could take him back over there.
I don't know if it has to be that close, but I'm a little concerned right now.
Concerned about what?
Galen was able to come through with me because I had the key. But he was able to come back here without me, without the key.
That's
Okay.
true.
So my concern is that as we're unlocking these spheres, especially that one that we saw that was surrounded by monsters, what are we opening up and what opportunity are we making for them to come into this world while we're not here at
Yeah,
each
but
area?
isn't that what we're trying to do?
Well, we're trying to make it so that the plane, like this plane, is opened up back so that the gods' power can come back.
Exactly.
Right, but we can't do that until the plane is completely restored.
Well, maybe once we unlock all 5, then it'll all open up.
Well, that's my hope. But what I'm saying is that in the meantime, we still have 3 more to open. We've already
So-
opened up 2, and we haven't been back to the first one in a long time. So we need to move quicker, because if we don't, then we're going to be inviting all kinds of evil onto this world and not giving this world the opportunity to defend itself.
All right, well, we now have another key, so why don't we just wait until we find the other 2 and then get all 3 of them unlocked at the same time instead of doing one at a time?
Out of character, don't we only need 1 more?
Do we need 2 more?
No, we have the
You
clasp, the dagger, the hammer, and the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just need the eye now.
Yeah, we do.
I think, Bessie, you're still caught on 6.
You know what? I totally am still caught on 6. Why did I think? Oh, because you know what? There were 5 things in this world. There were 5 pillars.
The other thing
all
too.
7.
The other thing too, also out of character,
What?
kind of. Fuck off. How long did it take us to travel from, or like, knowing where the first portal was that led us back here, like the pool? How
Yep.
long would it take us to travel to there from here?
What do you mean?
Like, say we wanted to go back to that pond where, like,
Oh, okay. Weeks.
okay, and when we were in the world with all the spheres and stuff,
Mhm.
how long did it take us to travel from pillar to pillar?
Hours.
Okay, so I'm going to suggest then, and working all this stuff out in conversation, assuming like people are like helping me bounce stuff off of each
Mhm.
other and everything. I'm going to suggest that once we do find this last key, that we forego, opening them from this side, like trying to go back and find each place. That we just go back to where the spheres are and open them from that side.
I agree.
Can we do it from where you just took me to? I mean, we can see them there. Can we interact with them from there?
Like, what do you mean? Like, can we open the sphere? Like, can we reactivate the spheres from here?
Yeah, yeah.
You know
I mean,
what?
we could see them all there, right? I mean, they're all in one spot together.
Well, actually, out of character again. Boosting. Did you say they were like miles apart?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we can see them. I mean, I don't know, if you want, why don't we go back through, make sure you got your stone on you, and just like point it toward random spheres, see if it'll activate from here.
I mean, I don't know if we would like have to touch them or whatever. I mean, we might have to actually go to them, but I mean, if they're a couple of miles from each other, it's not terrible. I mean, we could probably do that in an afternoon.
Shouldn't we wait to test this theory until we get all of them?
Well, here's the thing: we have to figure out where the last one is first. And you know what? You might be right, because again, that kind of goes back to my concern. I'd rather not have 4 gateways open when we don't know where the 5th one is.
Yeah.
2 is bad enough.
Remember, guys, there were dragons and other nice fun things that we'd have to get past to get up to the tops where the spheres are. So,
do we remember which sphere actually did have all the dragons around it? Like which one?
I thought it was the east one, but I'm not sure.
Huh. Well, with any luck, hopefully we'll appear on the east tower, and then we can figure out a way around.
Hey, look at Mara. Al, you have a good memory.
So then, what? Ix and Merrick? Or
I think that would make. I mean, if we have the key to get to that one, then we should be good after that point. Because I don't know. Will they attack us?
Who's to say? I don't know.
Well, only one way to find out, I guess.
Sad to say, but you're right. Well, shall we then? We'll go back along the path that we were taking before we were guided by the light, as I slowly turned my head towards Leo, like almost cocky.
Yeah, if you want to wait until we get the, figure out what the last one is, yeah, I guess we still have some work to do then.
True.
All right, so any thoughts on where the hell the last key could be?
Well, we still have that poem to work with.
Yep. So, which part of the poem did we just figure out? The third or the fourth?
Yeah, I may actually. I would just think that it's the fourth one. His appetite still shows no remorse. Maybe it was referring to the statue of the dragon, formed for those when the lifeless returned home.
Oh, that could be us. Because we were dead for a while.
Right, and we have made our way back here.
And maybe the final course really means the middle pillar. So we were supposed to do this one last?
Either that, or maybe this is our way back to the spheres. Like, to assist us in running their final course. Maybe this is the only way to get back. Like, maybe that lake that we came through was the way here. But maybe the way... Actually, well, no, because we have the keys now, so... I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, but, well, where's the sunken column of bone?
I want to look down at the basin of the pool.
Okay.
What's it made out of? Is it just stone, or is there something else?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, this is technically a sunken column. It's round. It's slightly lower than the rest of the floor. The bone part's the only confusing bit.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, but it technically was... Correct me if I'm wrong, it was pretty much resting beneath the dragon statue, right?
Yes.
So maybe it's truly metaphorical, and the sunken column of bone is actually talking about the dragon, and it has sunken to the point where it's no longer an actual dragon, but just a statue. Sunken as in lost honor instead of sunken as in downward.
Huh. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it seems to make more sense than the other one, anyway. Because this is definitely not a dungeon. This is more of a shrine than anything.
Yeah, but the third one doesn't say that the key is within the darkest dungeon.
While his brethren rest within the darkest dungeon.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing. Like, Marmalade, didn't you say that Ixenmeric is home to kobolds?
Yeah, that is what I've read about. Yes.
So would it be, his brethren are the kobolds themselves?
Well, the kobolds do pride themselves as having dragon blood, so to speak.
Really?
That was what it was.
Oh, oh, okay. You ever met a kobold? They don't exactly look like dragons.
Well, I hadn't met a human until, I met you, and I hadn't met a little person until I've lived a sheltered life, all right? I've read descriptions, but I don't know. That's what it says. They claim dragon lineage.
So I'm still thinking that this third stanza might be referring to Ixenmeric, and then that's where we have to go.
Hey, you know what? It's better than any idea I have.
I say we go. There are no books here. Maybe there'll be some there.
Galen, any thoughts?
No, well, I don't think they're going to have any books, Marm, but I guess we could go and check it out if you think something's there. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
it can't hurt to check, I guess.
Well, I suppose it also bears asking the question, Marmalek, do you read or understand Kobold?
Well, it's a good question. Not quite. I mean, I might speak something that they could understand. I don't have any books that have any real, kobold writing. I don't think they're the most, scholarly of the races.
I think you might be hinting at this, Al. I'm not sure if you looked it up or not, but I'll basically give you a quick little breakdown. Is that and now you remember you have been studying Draconic, and either perhaps pointing at their lineage, or maybe they themselves created this because of their thought lineage. But Kobold is a branch. It at least has its roots in Draconic.
Okay.
So you might not know their language exactly. You might not know the sentence structure and everything like that. But you have a general working knowledge of it. It's kind of like Spanish and Portuguese. Like, you might screw some stuff up here and there, but they come from the same source.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I wasn't positive.
Exactly. I heard you hinting at it, so I figured I might as well just clear that up for you and make it.
All right. So I do. I read Draconic, which Dragon Blood. I assume I can. I'll be fine. We'll be able to talk to him. I'll figure it out as we go.
That sounds reassuring.
Well, it got us this far.
He's not wrong.
We only died once.
Things you can only say in D&D.
Yeah. All right. Well then, let's go to Ixenmeric.
All right, let's go.
All right.
All right. So now you guys make your way back out of the crevice that you've been in for probably a little bit now, and it's one way. There was one way in, one way out. So you make your way back through the winding small tunnel, back out into the giant valley, rock covered and such. And as you make your way back on path, you come to a narrowing of the ravine. And at this point, you are actually confronted with a choice. There are 2 tunnels in this area. There is one tunnel and they're almost directly next to each other. And I am trying to get the exact definition. Everything is loading ultra slow right now. And unfortunately, this document is a lot of pages. It's amazing. I don't take detailed outlines of my campaigns, and yet I still end up with like 18 to 20 pages of notes.
Nice. I can only imagine if they were actually detailed.
What was that?
I can only imagine if they were actually detailed.
Right. Alright. And Google Doc is loading like 1 page at a time. Alright, let's try to close some stuff. I don't think I'll need that. Don't need that. Ah, you whore. So, stuff's happening.
And we're walking.
And walking. And walking. Just imagine that the zone is loading. That's
Are we like waiting for the monorail?
exactly, yeah.
Oh, Griffin ride.
It's like early days of EverQuest where you had to load in between each zone.
Sorry, I'm not that much of a nerd. I never played EverQuest.
Me neither.
You didn't miss much.
You only say that because you couldn't find your body.
It's true. All right. Okay. We have that. Okay, here we go. Going back slightly. So you are walking north, basically, and the valley begins to narrow, and you were walking on a pretty rocky surface, basically loose boulders and stones and things like that have just kind of been fallen from the valley tops and settled and created your floor, so to speak. But now that begins to kind of smooth out a little bit, and there is a small field as the valley begins to narrow, a field of yellow flowers. And you can actually see off in the close distance white rocks that pop up here and there within the field. And if you walk just a little bit, you can actually see that these small pillars of rock aren't random. Well, their placement might be random, but their shape is not. They are actually statues.
Huh.
How big?
Man-sized. So they're regular-sized.
That's weird.
Is there anything else around? Just the statues.
Nope, just right here, just the statues. And pretty much for as long as you can see. You can actually see where the cave wall where the cave wall is, where it kind of meets its end. And it's probably less than a quarter mile off.
All right. I mean, what are the statues? Are they in a particular position?
Well, so they all are statues of men, human, and all of them are in pretty exquisite detail. And there's no single form to them. There's men of different size, stature, shape, ethnicity, and they all have varying expressions on their faces. Some of pain or joy, some are, twisted in fear and trying to, block something or shunning away. Some are, accepting, and they look almost serene.
All right. Oh, it's kind of weird, but what's a statue?
Well, what do you think would cause that? I mean, why would somebody put a statue out here in the middle of nowhere?
Maybe as a warning.
We just fought a statue in the middle of nowhere.
Well, no, I get that, but
I just hope they don't come to life.
well, but so they all look different, right? So some of them look scared, some of them don't. So you think maybe they're? It just seems really weird. Like if you think they would all be one way, right?
Can I do a nature check to see if, like, that I know of any type of plant or animal that could, like, do this to a person?
Sure, go ahead.
Because it looks like they're all like, a lot of them are like fearful almost.
Mm-hmm.
18 nature check.
Right. There is nothing within nature that you know of that can create something like this.
Okay.
Or cause something like this, depending on how you're looking at it.
Okay. All right. Good to go. I'm gonna walk up to one of the statues then, and kind of look at it and kind of like knock on it, see if it comes to life like the dragon did.
All right. It does not. And actually, as you knock on one of the statues, small chips of it actually come off. They look to be fairly brittle. Not that, not in the sense that like a strong wind could knock them over, but it wouldn't take much force to shatter one.
All right. I'm gonna push it over.
All right. It takes a bit of leaning into, but yeah, you're able to push it over, and once it topples, it hits the ground and breaks apart.
Well, at least I know it won't come to life and try to kill me.
Yeah, but see, I don't know. Player kind of knows, but I don't know that Galen would know. So I'm trying to.
The forever battle of metagaming.
Yes.
Yep.
Would Marm have read about anything that can petrify people? I don't remember.
Hey, you know what? Go ahead and give me Let's see. Wouldn't necessarily be a nature check. Wouldn't exactly be a planes check, though. Hey, you know what? Go ahead. I guess it really only fits under nature. So go ahead and give me a nature check.
Okay. 25.
Nice. Okay. So you know that seeing this and seeing the statues of men scattered about, it is a fairly telltale sign of a creature of mythos, almost. It's one of those things where it's too supernatural to be real. At least you would have thought up until you traveled dimensions. So you're pretty sure that these are the telltale signs of the lair of a Medusa.
So guys, you know how you just push that over there? Well, that wasn't a statue. Looks like they were. Well, have you guys ever heard of Medusa or the? It's a creature that turns people stone.
I heard about them in the same way that I heard about dragons and elves. So I'm inclined to agree that that exists.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have agreed with you a couple of months ago, but I think I have to now.
And I've seen more than enough crazy stuff in all of my lifetimes to believe that.
Well, so let's be on the lookout, and I don't want to be stoned.
Well, do you think we could maybe get around it? I mean, there's no house or anything. Where would it be at? I mean, they don't live underground, right?
Well, I've heard all sorts of things, but again, I'm not quite positive. They can look humanoid. They might not. There's even been talk of them having serpentine qualities, so they could. I don't know. They could be anywhere.
All right, so why don't we try to avoid that creature if we can, and try to make our way through this area as quick as possible.
I agree.
Also, I'm pretty sure I just killed the guy.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, but you know what? Just on principle alone, I promise not to hold this one against you.
All right. Well, I either killed him or I put him out of his misery. Whichever you prefer. At least now the Raven Queen can accept him into her fold.
At which point,
you didn't know.
Dorian's just gonna kind of sit there and go, and move his hands back and forth like he's weighing a scale. Not so much.
Well, look, like you said, this one's not his fault. I mean, we didn't know.
Oh no, I'm not faulting him for killing the statue. I'm saying that his soul can't pass to the Raven Queen.
Well, who knows? You open that orb up pretty damn close to here. Maybe it can get through.
Well, I hope so, because if that's the case, then the spirit of my friend will hopefully be at rest already. But that's something else. The Raven Queen told me she hasn't received any spirits from this plane since everything got all screwed up. So we can't assume. Let's just consider this another reason for why we should make haste and get everything back the way it should be.
Agreed. All right, so let's make it quick and get the hell away from this area then.
Indeed.
Hey, Marm. So what do we need to be on the lookout for? I mean, or what do we do to protect ourselves? You know?
Well, it's said that gazing upon a Medusa can cause, just look around.
Well, but I mean, like even just looking at it.
That's what the lore, or to an extent, says. So I would try not to. If we stumble upon it, or any of them, don't linger. Don't let them, take your gaze for too long.
Okay.
All right, well that helps.
So maybe, try to keep something between you and the creature, whatever it may be.
Well, maybe we should just move with our heads down and just like glance up every once in a while then?
That could work to an extent. They they have other things they can do to you too, but not anything as horrible as standing around for eternity.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a lot of fun.
Definitely not.
All right, so you guys cautiously begin to move forward then?
Marm's gonna hang back a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna prick his finger and rub it on as many of the stone people as he can as he walks by. There's gonna be a spiral out from the center of their chest, and he's gonna just kind of walk off of it, like checking and looking at each one, like kind of like he's looking to see what kind of a person it was, but he's gonna actually be mumbling some reasonably unintelligible things.
Interesting.
Galen is going to switch out, or I don't know if he had a weapon now, but he's going to take out his bow.
Mm-hmm.
And, just try to be ready.
On guard. All right, how about Leo and Dorian?
Leo's already got his bow out.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna knock an arrow and just kind of try to keep my eyes to the ground.
All right.
Eyes to the ground, same. But I'm actually going to be. I'm just going to take out the hammer that I got for the key from Moradin, the Warhammer, and I'll have my shield out as well.
Sounds good. Yeah. Wait, is a Warhammer two-handed or one-handed?
It's a one-handed.
One-handed? Okay. There you go. I couldn't remember. It
So it's
sounds
got-
like it could be a war. It sounds like it should be a two-handed a Warhammer, but you know. All right. Okay. So, and who's taking the lead? I'm guessing it's not Galen or Marm.
No.
I guess it'll be Dorian. I'm equipped for it.
All right. So you guys begin to make your way through this sculpture garden of sorts. And like I said, you could see the convergence of the two valley walls up ahead. And it kind of twists slightly to the left. And when you finally make it to the end, there are two cave openings. The one of them, the one on the left, and they actually both have carvings around the entrance. The one on the left has carvings in the likeness of a great sea creature, and the cave opening is actually its gaping mouth, while the other opening is framed with a set of welcoming and open hands.
Does anyone else feel like this seems too easy?
Yeah, I say we go to the sea creature one.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. considering what we saw back there.
Yeah.
Marmalek.
Sorry, sneezing. Well, you guys lead the way, and I'll take up the rear and make sure nothing follows us in.
All right. So you enter the cave, and it twists and turns for quite a little bit, for a few hours or so. And as you walk, there's a point where the tunnel begins to slightly slope down. It becomes gentle at first, but then steadily it becomes steeper and steeper until there's actually a point where you actually need to kind of lean back and concentrate in order to keep your balance. Eventually, though, after some measurable distance, you do reach the bottom of this slope where it almost very quickly flattens out. And you can see now it's a pretty straight shot, and about 100 or so feet ahead, there is a small point of daylight.
Daylight is good.
Daylight is very good.
Well, just be on guard, right? I mean, it seemed like it was pretty easy, so we don't want to get snatched up here right at the very end.
No, agreed.
All right, so on guard and cautiously moving forward, you begin to move closer to the daylight, and you can actually see that towards the end of this tunnel, there is a hole in the ceiling that appears that there was a now abandoned compartment above this tunnel. And there is also a hole on the floor with a brass, like a small brass disc around it. And strangely enough, perched into the opening of the wall, raised, is a portcullis.
All right, well, if it's raised, I say we keep going.
Can I take a look around real quick to see like if there's any sort of like mechanics that's keeping it in place, or?
It appears that there probably used to be. You can actually see that there is kind of a some type of mechanical system here that you're not able to completely work out. But at the same time, Doreen was around castles, so you've seen this kind of these kind of mechanisms before. But that's not what's keeping this open. If you actually look, it looks like now this portcullis is made of a double weaving of thick iron bars, and perched into place now, wedged there, to the point where it would be almost impossible to actually get them out without significant force, are two incredibly thick pieces of iron bars set to either side of the portcullis holding it up. So basically, like within the entrance, along the wall.
All right, well, as long as it's secured. All right, let's move through.
All right. So you break through, and now you see that there is you're basically sitting on the side of a mountain. This tunnel opens up and surveys over a vast forest, and there actually is a trail that leads along the side of the tunnel, and it kind of switchbacks down probably a couple 100 feet or so and the tree line expands for pretty much almost as far as you can see to the horizon. And kind of scattered in and out of that, you see that there are patches of pastures and plains that stretch endlessly to the east and west from where you're looking. And you can also see that off to the far east, there is a large river that runs basically north to south, coming from wherever the mountains stretch. It looks to be emanating from the mountain and then running north. And then, like I said, there is a gentle path that winds down through the side of the shale-like mountain until you can see that it eventually grounds itself into the grasses.
All right, well, I think we read that Ix and Merrick's near a river, so I guess we're heading east.
And how about any one of you, any number of you, go ahead and give me a perception check.
23.
26.
Wow.
12.
25.
So basically, everyone but Dorian.
Yay.
Yep. Who, despite being the patron of Paylor, the sun kind of hurts your eyes right now. you don't adjust as well to the daylight, and
It's not aligned with the light.
Yeah,
That's a new body.
it is exactly. Not really. You've been in this body for a while now.
Shut up.
But Galen being popping in and out of bars and taverns and things like that, your eyes have become adjusted to that. And Leo, you're in the woods constantly, so you're always adjusting to, extremes of light and shadow. And Marmalek, you have dark vision, so light doesn't really affect you. You're able to kind of switch back and forth. And so, surveying your lands in front of you, the three of you can actually see that there are hints of life in the form of the slight glow, and I'll say it's probably about to become duskish, dusk. And so you can see the beginnings of a slight glow and some productive smoke coming from far north and even farther west.
Well, I don't know if we'll make it to those fires and stuff, but we probably want to get the hell out of here before dark.
Yeah, before that Medusa comes looking for us.
Mm-hmm. We don't know, how far they range from their home, which I'm assuming maybe the other cavern is probably where they hold up, I guess.
Yeah. How far away from us is the river to the east?
It's, let's see, probably a good 20 or so miles.
Oof. Alright, so we're not reaching that before sunset.
Yeah, you figure that's probably a good 2, maybe 3 day journey. Depending on what your terrain is like and what the ecosystem is like.
Alright, well, Marm, you're the guy with the maps. Which way?
That way. Marm busts out the map and holds it out for everyone. All right. Well, we're here. And as far as I remember, Ixon Merrick is somewhere here. So if we head towards the river, like we talked about, but kind of veer more northerly, we might be able to skirt. So what do you think?
I think that works for me. Why don't we see how far we can get before we don't have any sunlight to use, and then just camp for the night and head out in the morning. Hopefully we can reach the river by the end of the day.
I like it.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So in that case, you begin to make your way down the trail and off towards the eastish direction, in the hopes of traveling towards Ixon Merrick.
Yep. And while we're walking, I'm actually gonna hop in front of Dory and be like, I got this. This is my territory.
Okay. By all means, go ahead.
And Leo, once making it to the bottom of the mountain, is home once more.
Damn Skippy.
All right, we'll go ahead and take it there.
Yay.
All right.
Good job, guys.
Indeed.
Yay.
No fighting involved.
No fighting a freaking Medusa. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be Basilisk, and I was like, fuck.
See, that's what I thought.
Either way, I was trying to bank on the fact that the hammer I got has a reflective surface.
Nice. I'm gonna have to take a look at Dorian's sheet. Actually, you have your sheet. You have your character sheet pulled up in front of you, I'm guessing.
I do.
What's your what are your skills?
Appraise, craft, diplomacy, heal, knowledge arcana, knowledge history.
Oh, you do have points in craft.
I do.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, we'll have some talking to do.
Okay.
I think I have craft too, but I think mine's weapons. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. And you said you have something that allows you to read magical weapons?
I believe I actually can prepare the spell for detecting magic.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure with a weapon too like that, you can spending any amount of time with it, you can detect that it is magical anyway. It's the exact type of magic is what you need at that point.
I have craft, but it's for spells.
Yeah. Oh, you did put points in spellcraft.
I did.
Nice.
Well,
What level are
is
you?
a separate spell. It's a separate skill.
It
Yes.
is, yeah.
Yes.
What level is Dorian right now?
Level 6.
6. Okay. Very nice. Oh, hey. You know what? Shits and giggles, guys. Go ahead, take a level.
Yay!
Oh.
You opened a gate. I'll give you a level.
Wait, wasn't the gate already open?
Sure. No, wait. No, it wasn't.
When you guys were last in Kalendarn, there were no gates open, and you opened the southern one.
Oh, God, now I have to remember how to level a Pathfinder character.
Well, let me ask this. Am I ahead of where I'm supposed to be? Because I'm at 7.
Shh. It's okay.
No, I don't know.
I'm at 7 too.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're all at 7 except Dave.
Oh, that's right, because Dave didn't show up or something.
Wait, what? Really? Are you guys serious? I've been playing on a level lower than all of you guys?
Yeah, for like 4 months or something like that. Like,
Fuck
it's
the
been a
lot
while.
of you.
I forgot all about that.
Oh, in that case, you guys are
Wow.
level 8. I'll give you the level, Dave.
Oh, you know what? Thank you. I'm happy to be level 8 now, but fuck a lot of you. Oh, balls.
Good times.
Oh, this is gonna take a while to level.
Really?
Yep.
It will for me, for sure.
How many ranks do you have in the craft, Dave? And what craft do you have, actually?
Well, I don't have any points in crafting.
Oh.
But craft is one of my possible skills, but I do have spellcraft.
Oh, never mind then.
Oh, fuck.
I thought you actually had points in it.
Well, I did spend a lot of time in the Elysian Fields, so maybe I could have learned some form of ethereal version of crafting.
What?
I don't know. Fuck off.
Really? That's what you're going with?
Yeah, I'm level 8, alright? Fuck you.
See, I actually have points in craft, unlike you, biatch.
Dude, I spent most of my life being a spirit, okay? Leave me alone. What do I need crafting for?
But you had a life before you were a spirit.
Yeah, but I was a cleric. I lived with dwarves that forged stuff. I didn't need to learn how. They just gave me things.
Moocher.
Hey, they took me in. I became one of their own. I was a frontlinesman, not a forger.
You were a grunt.
I prefer the term hero, thank you. Legend in my own time, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, legends are usually remembered.
Well,
Yeah.
Skaz was the crafter, so you didn't really
That's
need
true,
to be.
yeah. Well, because you actually followed Moradin, so.
Damn straight.
I think it's a requirement to be a crafter if you follow Moradin.
Yeah. Yep.
And yet he didn't even know how to use a spear properly. Or trident, rather.
Well, I knew how to use it. Don't you
You
worry.
just never did.
Hey, I killed a lot of bitches with that thing.
You never threw it once, though. You spent months asking about if I throw my trident, and then
I-
never once threw the damn thing.
I threw it once.
Wasn't it
single
like... Yeah, wasn't it like at a wall or something?
No, that was Teagues when she was pretending to be
Oh,
me.
that's right, yeah.
That wench.
Well, alright, so I got a lot of work to do on Dorian now.
Yes, you do.
Yep.
Get to it.
Congratulations.
All right. So, yeah. In a couple of weeks.
Months, perhaps?
I hope not.
Yeah, you
Actually,
and me both.
what's today's date?
The
Today's
4th.
the third.
Well, it's now the 4th for us.
So I'm still trying to finish up the second half of the Adequate Commoners game that I did like 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what you guys are doing next week, but depending on what that day is, we could continue this next week, or we can just do it the 17th.
It's up to you.
Yeah, like I should be good for either one, so we can aim for both and just see what sticks.
Sounds good. Yeah, most likely. I mean, if we end up doing Tuesday for the Commoners game, then I'll say we can do the 10th. But I'm not sure if I could do back-to-back late nights.
Well, don't forget on the 7th we're doing your interview.
Yeah, but you don't count.
Oh, burn.
Well, it's not like we'll be running till like midnight, 1 o'clock doing that.
No.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I could do either week. They wanted to play Star Frontiers tonight, and I told them no. So I posted up that I'm available 9th, 10th, 16th, or 17th.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't responded, so whoever schedules first
Sounds good.
gets the dates, because I already told them I have a regular game scheduled. So
Right.
they're kind of shit out of luck.
All right. Yeah. So we'll play it by ear then. I should have a date within a couple of days. So then we'll figure it out from there.
Okay, sounds good. I'll post something up in the thread for that game. Tell them they need to shit or get off the pot.
Right on. All right. Well, you gentlemen have a good night.
You as
You
well.
too.
Okay, you
Go
as
back to
well.
playing Diablo, Dave.
I actually wasn't playing at all, so
Oh,
back it up.
well, I figured you were playing earlier. No.
No, I was at work.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, look at you.
Indeed. Being all responsible and junk.
Boo.
Indeed. Oh, well, night, guys.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Yep.
Night.